so much to get to. By the way, Jon Favreau, the director of Elf. Yes. We knew John before he was making... Before Elf, he wasn't so important. Now he's all important.
Yeah, he made a big Hollywood blockbuster. Before that, it was just swingers all the time. That's all you heard about.
Yeah, now he's like a big shot because he directed Elf, and it made like over $100 million. So, and it's a franchise. So
yeah, he's going to do another, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's going to come in about 10, 15 minutes.
Dude, man, I owe this guy something. He put me in Elf, and the residuals on that are going to be sweet because it made so much money.
Well, how much could you get for your little
You know what? More than you think.
Wow.
What does that mean?
Oh, well, I mean, well into, like, the high 5 figures.
Cool.
Oh, I was thinking 6 figures.
Well, I mean, residuals. This is free money. I'm only in one scene. I mean, what the hell?
And how long do the residuals last?
Oh, years. That's going to be a Christmas classic.
I still get residuals from private parts. Not a lot. But I get these checks in the mail once in a while.
Yeah, because it's a Christmas movie, it'll
like for $37.
Well, but what I'm saying is Artie wasn't Elf.
No, but he's in the movie. That's all that matters.
Yeah, you just get cash.
By the way, our director from our TV show, Scott DePace, just went to the bathroom next to Benji and said the most disgusting sounds were coming out of Benji ever.
Dear.
Oh, geez,
was he doing
Ben.
it because he knew he had an audience, though?
I would bet.
Yes, I defecated for attention. Yes, that's why I did it.
It's just gross. Can't you guys go to the bathroom at home?
Occasionally. Do you ever go to the bathroom here?
No, I just really, number one.
For me, it just happens at this time of day. I have no idea why. But
you're a little too relaxed.
But, there's 3 stalls in there, and both sides were taken up, so I had to go in the middle. And I'm sitting there looking at the person's shoes to my right as I hear this, just that noise and that, and I was laughing while I'm going to the bathroom.
You know what? I'm drinking a Yoo-Hoo, DePace. Now I can't do it.
There's no way you should be able. There's no way that a human being should have to go to the bathroom next to Benji.
And then the smell hit.
Oy.
Let me tell you something. As gross as I am, I've been working here for 3 years. I never did number 2 here once.
You've got issues, though, man.
No, I don't have issues. You just figure out.
He's done it on a plane. He doesn't have issues.
You won't pet Howard's dog. You pet above in the air. You're so germphobic and weird.
I sure throw that up in my face.
So, whatever. I don't want to get into all this discussion.
I don't understand how, you're doing that all the time during work.
Yeah, you're doing it at home, man.
All right, let's move on because I got so much to get to, okay? All right, first of all, I'll get to phone calls. I got to get to Favreau. Big-time director now.
Favreau.
Jon Favreau. And also, we got to, the contestant.
What contestant?
I keep saying the word, God damn it, contestant. It's not a contestant. It's like I'm getting hung up on the words here, but...
applicant?
Yeah, applicant is good. Stuttering John's job is up for grabs, and we're taking 10 applicants and putting them on the air and letting them try out apprentice style, and then you, the audience, will vote as to who gets the job. The guy trying out this week is a guy called Dan the Song Parody Man. He's actually a guy who works in Jersey. He's like I don't even know what he does for a living.
Fixes things.
He's like an electrician or something.
Yeah, he's like a jack of all trades.
Yeah, so yesterday he wrote a song parody that I understand Tom edited the crap out and said we could never play for you again. It was the most ridiculously innocuous song parody you've ever heard.
The KC song?
Yeah. Ugh. What was wrong with that? Tom was absolutely never air that again. Wonderful. And I'm like, what?
Really?
Yeah, I got it. I mean, I got to get out of here.
That's awful.
It's just so stupid.
That song was so funny.
It was by Casey being gay.
Yeah. We do that every day.
Don't even ask me. I don't even bother having meetings anymore because it's just so ridiculous and retarded.
How are you going to argue?
So basically, Tom agrees with the FCC that we're dirty, filthy broadcasters.
Time to stop having fun.
I told him, stop with all the censorship. Stop agreeing with the FCC. We're not doing anything wrong. Stop agreeing. But anyway, we can't air that song, right? No. Yeah. What happened with that song? It was the most.
Can I just say?
It was the lamest thing I ever heard.
If I may say, I don't agree.
Then why are you hitting the button?
I don't think that there's anything in this show that's indecent. What we have to do is try and think what they think for the moment until we can get it to.
What they think makes no sense. Did you see the latest fine?
I understand.
It's ridiculous.
It is absolutely ridiculous. It is so over the top.
So stop hitting the button. Let's go out in a blaze of glory.
Live to fight a day.
Let's say to the FCC, we don't think anything is.
And we don't.
horrible what we're doing here.
We don't, and I don't.
But
That
how
song-
come they can't go into court then and argue, why'd you take this out? Why'd you take that out?
have
We
enough,
can't even get to court.
We already have enough to go in and fight with them about. We're not looking to continue to create more hours.
I am.
I understand, you know, and I don't like this at all, but
you like
unfortunately, the situation is what it is.
And Dan, the song parody man's song was bad? I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even know what it was. I'm trying to remember what the song was even. It was kind of funny. It was cute. It's about how Casey's gay.
Right.
I don't know.
And then there was stuff in there that I think and obviously that not only that I think and that our lawyer thinks that they think is going to be over the top.
All right.
What do you think's going to happen with all this, by the way? When are you guys going to fire me already?
Never.
No, that's not true.
No, I don't believe ever.
Oh, you
In
have
my
to.
heart of hearts,
You have to. I hate it here.
Yeah,
you have to
we're
get it
planning
out.
for a big summer vacation.
I mean, I've already made plans. I'm spending the entire month of August in Italy, so I don't know what you're doing. I mean, seriously, you got to fire me.
No.
You guys can't afford these kind of fines. It's time.
As Clear Channel said, it's in your financial interest.
And I'm not upset with you if you fire me. I understand. I wouldn't pay those kind of fines either. Everyone want to go to Tahiti in July?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, forget
I've
it.
always wanted to see Tahiti, just never had the time to go.
Oh,
there.
so much.
I plan on tanning in La Paz.
I got to figure you got to fire me because, A, if they keep fining it this way, and then when they, listen, if the Senate passes that bill, I'm walking out. Oh, I'll just play records. I mean, I'm talking about where I get fined. When I start getting fined, then it's over.
Well, I'm good.
I ain't doing that.
One of those fines, I'll be back to loading trucks in 2 weeks.
Right. So they might actually, you might not have to fire me. But I mean, I'll stay here. I'll play music and stuff. I can do that. I'm not good at it. I'm sure Rob Cross is going to yell at me.
I can't wait to see those critique sessions.
Oh, I'm not going to
Oh,
those.
you didn't
forget
that
that.
I'm not doing that. I'll just
No,
be
I'm
like,
kidding.
I'll just play like, hey, here's Nirvana, everybody.
Are you going to stick to a playlist?
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm not going to sit there and make up my own songs.
At the very least, you should do
No.
that.
It's
I don't
58.
want to get fined.
It's 58 degrees. Here's Hoopa Stank.
Give me a song, Fred. I'll talk it up.
It's
Get ready.
7:20,
You know
20
what
after
I was
7.
thinking? To appease everybody, we should start doing a religious show. Let's get that religious rock going.
Oh.
8:32 in the morning. Good morning. Howard Stern with you. We've got lots of good music. We're going to be playing 10 in a row. Right now.
It's 2 for Tuesday.
Two for.
No, not 2 for Tuesday. They don't do that anymore. Well, let me do my show. You're probably not going to be here for it. I don't think they're going to pay
No,
you for a
why
music
would
show.
they pay me
always
to
need
sit here and
music.
listen to you play records?
They'll probably just pay you out. You won't have to show up.
Thank goodness. I'll be in Italy.
Okay, Howard Stern with you. Got some great tunes for you. By the way, it is going to be great weather Thursday. Okay, we've got to get through 2 rainy days, but it's going to be great weather on Thursday. That's what we have to look forward to. Here in the New York metro area, we got it rocking on K-Rock 92.3.
That's as much content as we're going to get?
No, I'm going to, as soon as Fred tells me the name of this song, I'm going
I tell
to
you.
talk it up. What's the name of it?
King Nothing Metallica.
All right, we got some King Nothing from Metallica. By the way, I was at the Metallica show the other night. They were jamming those mother effers.
You can't say that.
Oh, see, I'm not even doing a music show.
You can't even.
Wait, you're going to mess my talk up. Wait a second. Yeah, Metallica rocking you this morning on 92.3. Yeah. All right.
You got to do that fun without the filth thing.
Coming up, Jon Favreau. Threw me off.
Who?
You.
Oh, get out. I didn't touch a vocal. You were fine.
Later today, JT, John Tesh coming in.
Oh, God. Oh, what awful things.
All right. Anyway, so the guy who applied for, he wants John's job. He's here. His name's Dan the Song Parody Man. And he wrote his bit for today
Oh.
that he's going to present. And actually, he wrote a bit for us to do. It is Sternac.
So he's not doing the bit. We're doing the bit he wrote.
I thought that was very inventive.
Yes, it is.
He wrote the whole bit. I haven't even seen it.
You're just going to do the script. You're
I'm
not
going to do
gonna
the
go
script.
off. Okay.
All right, this is Sternac, where I'm the great visitor with great psychic powers.
All
and
right,
you
we get it.
introduce, yes.
And now, from a dark, dank, foul-smelling, quivery, sweat-soaked, lint-laden, stinky abyss, Star Jones navel. It's Sternac, the improbable.
Bim Salabim. May you become so obese that you refer to Dominic Barbara as Mini-Me. Yaka.
I hold in my hand
Yes.
10 envelopes containing questions, but you will give us the answers before even reading the questions.
May you have the betting prowess of Artie Lang. Internal affairs.
Wait a minute. You're the great one.
Oh. Internal affairs.
Internal affairs. Internal affairs.
What thoughts caused Artie Lang to go through 3 boxes of tissues last night?
Oh!
I don't get that.
Internal affairs.
I guess maybe I was having a certain type of sexual dream, maybe?
Oh,
Yes.
all right.
I've got to explain every joke.
Jumbo shrimp.
Jumbo shrimp. Jumbo shrimp.
Describe Gary's teeth and something he likes to use them to chomp on.
Jumbo and shrimp. Okay.
May your wife grow so fat that you refer to her belly button as the 4th input. A mayoral candidate.
A mayoral candidate.
How might Michael Jackson describe a young boy in mid-spring?
A mayoral candidate. Okay.
The song parody was good.
I don't know if that's making it on.
An epileptic pate chef's apron.
Oh, boy. An epileptic pate chef's apron. I can't say that again.
Name the only thing that has more liver spots than Joan Rivers' ass.
What?
An epileptic pate chef's apron. Okay.
Let me get down to the last one here.
Yes. And I have in my hand the final envelope.
Hey, Dan, what's your best joke in here?
Do you know?
Hey, Dan.
May you look so much like the missing link that even Fafa Foey laughs at you.
What's your best joke, dude? Some of these are bombing.
Really? I thought they were all pretty strong, but
Well, may Marco Battaglia be your spotter at the gym.
I'd say shoot right to 10 if you can.
All right, here we
the
go.
last one.
Big finisher.
In my hand, I hold the last envelope.
May your list of babysitters include Paula Poundstone, Michael Jackson, and Woody Allen. May you make the mistake of falling asleep while Benji Bronk is giving you a Turkish massage.
Oh, great one.
Baba Booey, Dominic Barbara, Tom Chiusano, Ralph Sorella, Casey Armstrong, Snoop Dogg, and Christopher Reeve.
What, are you taking attendance? I can't read that.
Name a chimp, a blimp, a skimp, a wimp, a simp, a pimp, and a gimp.
The rule of 3 should apply.
Sorry about that.
All right, Dan, the song parody, man. That's your...
That was his bit.
What do you do for a living? I forget.
I'm actually working as a sound man on the weekends. I have nothing else going on during the week, which means I'm available for the Stern Show.
Super. All right, Dan, the song parody, man. Right in a bit. Very
He can
creative.
keep his weekend job.
Yes, you can keep your weekend job and work for us during the week.
I would love to dump my weekend job.
What are you doing tomorrow for us?
I'm probably going to be either giving you an interesting story about one of the members of the staff here, or I'm going to surprise you with my celebrity interview.
All right, very good. Okay. I went yesterday and saw Kill Bill Volume 2.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was really good.
Well, you like the first one. So, was it better?
Yeah.
Yeah?
But I loved
the first one.
Yeah.
I loved the first one, man. I can't wait to see that second one.
Well, I'm hoping that the second one will redeem the first.
Hey, David, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, this is David. I'm in L.A. right now driving to work.
Good.
And I'm listening to this bit, and this bit used to be done not only by Johnny Carson, but Rick Dees used to do this on his L.A. show on Kids FM. It's called Wisnack.
Yeah, it's well, I didn't know.
We used to do it 100 years ago too.
We did it 100 years ago, but now it's Johnny Carson's bit, and it was dumb then, and it's dumb now, and it's even dumber when Rick Dees does it, and it's stupid when we do it. But whatever.
Yeah, don't be doing stuff like that. That's lame as hell.
No, well, okay. Dan was trying something out. Give him a chance.
We're helping with this applicants.
Well, hey, the song yesterday kicked, man. I can't believe Tom took that off the air. I mean, what's going on here?
Yeah, he took it off the air. That was Dan's forte. That was his signature piece. But we'll put it up on the web and everything for you to hear. So,
meanwhile, Quentin Tarantino's doing American Idol, I guess, tomorrow. Now that it's being delayed, he's going to be a celebrity judge.
Yeah, American Idol is going to be not on the air tonight because President Bush is going to get on the air and explain that he really was paying attention.
And the war in Iraq is going well.
Unfortunately, Randy, Paula, and Simon don't get to sit there and evaluate him afterwards, and they can sit there and tell him how lame he is. Except for Paula, who would say, you would make a very good president. You have beautiful eyes.
And you delivered those lines with authority.
And then Randy Jackson could say, hey, President Bush, dog, I don't know, man, but
did you enjoy yourself?
But, man, I wasn't buying a lot of what you were saying about how, you did, the FBI warned you 900 times, and then you didn't do anything, and you are a slacker. You're out on the ranch all the time, man. I'm just not buying it.
I don't know, dog. It just didn't work for me.
And it ain't because you're white, man, or anything like that. And then Simon would go, that was bloody awful. You look like you're lying. You lie all the time to the American public. The weapons of mass destruction was a lie. John Ashcroft, your attorney general, instead of using the FBI to investigate terrorists, is busy investigating pornography. You're a shame. You're a scam. That's it. And then Seacrest would go, Seacrest, out!
Seacrest
Out!
Seacrest, out!
This is the end of the road for you.
You are a mess.
I think he might do the sad one for that. He might just go, Seacrest out.
Seacrest out. I watched the Jessica Simpson Variety Hour.
Oh, I missed that.
How was it?
I saw the first 10 minutes of it, and it's exactly Sonny and Cher, except
without the charisma.
I missed the charisma of Cher. I mean, they are really bad.
Because I saw her talking about it on Entertainment Tonight and stuff, and I was like, oh, I don't think I could sit through it.
And she is super hot. I mean, they're doing the Cher thing where she comes out, she's wearing a see-through dress and a cleavage, her boobs are popping out of it. She's super sexy, but I don't know, Cher could somehow pull it off. I mean,
she was sort of non-cavalier about it. She didn't know she was naked.
But it's cool. I've got it on fast forward. I don't actually have to sit through the material. The opening number is embarrassing, and I got it all on tape. But
she's so funny because she said, too, I watched the old Sonny and Cher shows for inspiration, and I wanted to know about Cher's outfits, and so I took that from her. I'm going to be changing my outfit a lot, and then they said, yeah, but those outfits are really skimpy. She goes, well, mine aren't as skimpy as Cher's.
Yeah, and they better get that way.
Show.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Wait, here.
Jessica got to do a duet with Jewel, one of her musical
Wait. You got to hear this.
idols, so I think it's only fair that I get to do a duet with someone that I have always looked up to. So...
Wait, hold on.
What?
Wait a second. That's her husband.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to our very first variety show.
I guess she can read. There was speculation that she can't, but it seems like she is doing some bad cue card reading.
Okay. Now, you guys are probably thinking we're going to do a lot of singing and dancing, but that's where you're wrong.
You already know we can sing and dance, so we're going to be doing some other stuff.
Yeah, like cooking and painting and sculpting, mathematics.
Oh, and you really don't want to miss out on me pole vaulting.
And then she pole vaults. But
we give you our word.
No.
Absolutely.
Positively. There's not going to be any singing or dancing in this show.
Kathy Lee must be so jealous. It's so weird, too, because she's so friggin' hot. I mean, if she would just stand there in different outfits and shut her stupid, skanky mouth.
Shut your yap.
That was always the beauty of Pam Anderson. She just stood there and let you look at her.
Yeah, that's why she's in Playboy. I mean, this chick is so annoying, but I'm sitting there going, I got to see all the outfits.
Well, just listening to this, I want to punch somebody in the face.
Wait till you watch it. Like, she's hot. And, I mean, the outfits are awesome. Like, they even do, like, sketches, and she's like a...
You mean like comedy sketches?
Yeah, he's a private eye, and she's the hot chick who comes into the private eye's office. And
well, that sounds good.
Yeah, but it's just so... It's so bad.
Jack Chandler, PR.
Knock at the door. Real civilized. Last guy that came by didn't knock. He just sent in a few of his little lead friends.
Come in.
In my life, trouble comes in two colors. Green like money, blonde like her. I got a weakness for both.
You Chet Chandler?
Maybe I am and maybe I ain't. Who's asking?
The name's Dorothy. Dorothy Tanner.
And it goes on for like 10 minutes.
What the hell is that?
And the point is?
And then they got like Kenny Rogers, and it's really
all people you don't want to see.
Well, it's like the Sonny and Cher show. It's literally the same guest.
They got the same guest because I was like, who wants to see Kenny Rogers anymore?
He does a duet with Kit the Talking Car, which is like Kit the Talking Car was a celebrity 20 years ago.
You know, Jessica got to do a duet with Jewel, one of her musical idols, so I think it's only fair that I get to do a duet with someone that I have always looked up to. So...
Is he retarded?
Yeah, he can't read.
With someone that I looked up to.
I believe you will like this very much.
Yeah, I look up to.
Without further ado, Kit from Knight Rider.
Wow.
Who's clapping for that?
They clap for anything on that show.
Yeah, they got these people out of a lunatic asylum.
I got to get Jon Favreau in here, but let me just play two. Maybe Favreau wants a little.
Yeah, he could critique.
Yeah, let's hear his.
He's a director.
Opinion.
What are these people doing wrong?
Thanks for being here, Kit.
Thanks for having me.
You know,
That's
I've
not
always
even
been a
Kit.
huge fan of yours as a supercomputer that controls a car that helps fight crime.
Well, that's nice of you to say, Nick.
Well, before tonight, I don't think anyone here knew that you actually sang.
Because I never sang on the show. But music has always been a huge part of my life. I am equipped with a full music composition program and have written several pieces for television, including the theme for World News Tonight.
Oh, it's so bad.
That's not even the Kit Carr's voice.
Out.
Hey, Jon Favreau, who directed Elf. We knew him when he was directing some films that weren't that big.
Swingers and what was that other one?
Maid.
Maid. Yeah, I love Maid.
We were done with John, and then he made Elf, and now we want him back.
Now you have me on the show. I used to be able to call in. Now I could sit on the couch.
Yeah, now you're big enough to be here.
That's right.
You know, I've gone to dinner with you and stuff, and I never thought much of you. And then when you directed Elf, I went, oh, my God, the guy really is good.
I know. Well, because I made money or because I got well-reviewed? Or
No, I like the movie a lot.
Oh, good.
You did a great job. You know,
It has to be one of those big Hollywood blockbusters for him.
I always thought you were going to be one of those guys that did those independent movies that didn't make that much money, but now you're big time.
Yeah, the movie did well, and now everybody thinks I'm a director. So that's where the opportunities are coming, thanks to Artie.
How does your life change when you direct a movie that makes over $100 million?
You get to, honestly, the biggest thing is I'm getting to work in Los Angeles. Every movie, usually you got to fly to Canada to work now.
Where'd you shoot Elf?
Elf, most of it was in Canada. All the exteriors were in New York, and anything that's not showing a street was shot in Vancouver.
So now...
But how do you get that job? Because that's a big Hollywood movie in the first place.
At the time that I got it, Old School hadn't been out yet. It was like a low-budget comedy, high-concept comedy with a Saturday Night Live guy. Will Ferrell wasn't really
let me tell you something.
Commodity yet.
You got that movie because nobody expected that movie to make that kind of business.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Right. You surprised everyone.
Then, the first thing that surprised everybody was Old School with Vince and Will and Luke. That did really well, and that made everybody think that Will might be a bankable star. So New Line got behind Elf and got excited about it.
How much did that movie cost you to make?
Elf?
Yeah.
It was like in the 30s, 30-something.
30-something million?
Yeah.
So that means it was about $42 million to make.
You mean with marketing?
Because everybody lies.
No, I'm not lying.
Really?
Yeah,
30-something million?
I'll tell you what do you want to know? You want to know what I made? What I made?
Yeah.
All said and done, because I got a bonus afterwards, but all said and done, I made less than $2 million out of the whole thing.
Hold on a second.
Jeez.
Don't you
How
get
much
some...
did that movie make?
175, something like that.
But now you're going to be making big money for your next film.
I'll make money on my next one. It's like when Swingers sold. Swingers cost us like $200,000 to make. It sold for $5 million. I made like $300,000. which I thought was a lot of money. But then on my next writing gig, you make the money on the next job. Until you get big enough that you get gross points, and that's a whole different...
What movie you got coming on next?
I'm gearing up on pre-production on a movie called Zathura, which is like two kids. It's like a action-adventure sci-fi thing with kids, and it's shooting in L.A.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah,
that's big money. Yeah.
So what happened? Like once you made Elf, they came to you with that script because it's considered a hot script?
Well, they came to me with everything. They came to me with everything... a guy's raised by, guys raised by
wolves,
dwarves.
Yeah, right.
Anything close to Elf. And the trick is, you use that heat to get something just different enough from the movie you made, but yet something where you could, be.
When a film makes over $100 million in Hollywood, that means you get offered every script. Yeah. And now, so you said to them,
and the big stars probably call you.
Yeah, people are nicer to me now.
So you said to them, hey, I want to shoot all my movies in L.A. I don't want to leave home.
Yeah, I got small kids. I got a 1-year-old girl turning 1 tomorrow, I think. I'm not sure. Today.
Sorry, you got married now?
No.
His wife is hot, Howard.
I know. I talked to him before he got married.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
You gave him the speech?
Well, he was inspiring.
I gave you the speech.
You did give me the speech, but you were married. Listening to you when you were married made a lot of people brave to get married because they figured, here's Howard with all these beautiful women all over him, and he's keeping it real.
That worked out.
Let's all, why shouldn't I do it as well?
Who's the star of your new movie?
It's 2 kids, so there's no star, really. There's a dad.
Would you say you're doing the Robert Rodriguez thing?
Yes, I would. A lot of people of my generation we're not like the indie guys anymore. Linkletter with the School of Rock, we're just getting old.
You're doing kids' movies.
We're doing movies, because I'm watching kids' movies.
Right.
I can't make Fast and the Furious. I can't make these teenager movies. And if you want to make a movie with a budget for more than $20 million, you got to go for kids or for teenagers.
So you're saying you made $2 million on Elf.
About, give or take. I'll probably make more, like Artie's saying, there's going to be residuals and net points on this thing might actually come into play because it cost so little and made so much.
And so what happens now on the new movie? You go in and what's your price now? If I want to hire you to direct a film right now, what do I got to pay?
Like twice that.
$4 million.
Not quite. It doesn't work out like it was $2 million. My quote is that. But you make...
You get $4 million up front, then you get a piece of the action.
You don't get $4 million up front. It works out to $4 million because if you write it like Elf, I wrote it for a long time.
And you still only got $2 million?
That's a lot of money, Howard.
Oh, wait a second. It's a lot of money to anybody, but your film made $170 million plus you wrote it.
You don't understand what's going on. I didn't write the original script. I was hired on after Will was on it. I'm very happy for the opportunity. I think it was an extremely fair situation. I'm just telling you how the business works.
Right.
I didn't get screwed on this.
Okay.
It was very fair to me. But you start, after you get like 2 big movies like that, then you could start making like 5 against 5% of the gross, and that's when you start making a lot of money. And usually, the irony is that's usually when the movies suck. Your third one
isn't any good.
It sucks, and you end up making $10 million.
Yeah, you get the most money for your suckiest movie.
Yeah, that's what happens. So right now, I'm making the good movies I don't get paid a lot for.
All right, okay. All right, well, I like that
It's
stage
a phase
of your
my career.
I'm looking forward to the sucky movies. It's like, you know how great...
It's a huge success.
Like, you know how great Ron Howard is?
Yeah.
And meanwhile, I'm watching this movie the other night. I didn't even know it was a Ron Howard movie. It's called Missing. And I'm watching this movie and go, who made this piece of crap? This guy will never work again. Where's Ron Howard? He's at the sucky movie. He's at the sucky stage.
I still think he probably has a good movie or two in him, and just not Western.
I don't know, man. I think he's right there at the sucky stage. He's on Rocky V.
He could come back. I have faith in him.
But John's the happening guy now with Elf.
I'm happy, but you know what? You're as good as your last movie as a director.
That's right.
Because it takes you a year and a half, 2 years to do it, and I'm going to be the Elf guy until the next one comes out.
Are you doing a sequel?
To Elf?
Hell yeah.
No, I don't think we are.
What?
You got to.
It's not up to me. I mean, it's up to me.
I'll do it.
Do it or not. You'll do it.
Write the script. I'll sell it to. No, I don't have to be.
Uline wants to do it. I think that the expensive part of it
is Will.
Is the actor, because like a director, you make a little bit more in the next time.
Right.
The star, he could go from getting whatever he made on that to 20
Listen to me.
times it.
Start writing it, because Will's next 3 movies will probably tank, and he'll be begging you.
No, Will's doing some good stuff now.
I'm sure he's doing some great stuff, but you know what? It's a big crapshoot. You tell Will, you know what? Fine, I'll just start writing this thing just in case.
He was in here. He doesn't care about that kind of thing.
Yeah, he cares.
He's got
Trust
enough
me.
money.
Anybody in show business cares.
Do they?
Yeah.
Do you care?
Yeah.
Is that what this is all about? You're
Of
talking
course.
about First Amendment, but really you're worried that not enough people are listening anymore? Or
No,
really,
I care. I care that A, the quality of my show doesn't go down. Number 2, that listen. I just want to do the show I want to do. The country's in a mess right now because of this.
You have to take a step back and look at the bigger picture, Howard. What's going
the
on
bigger
here?
picture?
the big picture is you're listening to Nick and Jessica and everybody, and that's what entertainment is going back to. The
Jay Leno.
Back. That's right. That's right. Even with John, everything's sort of swinging that way, trying to bring what was good about your show to Jay.
Right.
You know, and but really what's happening is that the irony is that the FCC, the people that drop your show, companies that own so many stations and these conglomerates are the things that the FCC are supposed to be watching over, not using you as a scapegoat. Did you see, by the way?
You are so right, because
they shouldn't let that company be that big.
This distracts everyone from the big picture. Bush and Clear Channel, who are in bed together, are buying up every radio station and every concert venue, and they go around. If you're an artist that doesn't play ball with them, they don't play you on their radio stations. Clear Channel is the devil. You should see the legal letter I got yesterday from them. They're not paying. They decided, they go, we're not paying you anymore. You breached the contract. So we wrote them back a legal letter saying, glad you decided to change the rules. You know, this is not what's in the contract. Shut up and pay your money.
I think times are changing. I think you can't. I mean, the company, obviously, you're in. I'm not saying specifically the company. I'm talking about the people in this country are scared. It's a difficult time, and now you see people are being drawn towards. Look at my God. Look at the money that Passion of the Christ is making.
Yeah.
People are like going back to those kind of values because times are scary now, and it's very easy to vilify somebody like you, who's sort of operating on the periphery.
Yeah, if we get him off the air, everything will be calm, and we'll go back to a peaceful, more calm time.
Jesus will understand that we are a God-fearing country.
You know, and I was just talking about this. The problem in the Middle East, I was saying in Iraq and all that, is they hate us. And their lives haven't gotten any better since we started this cleaning up the mess. The young Iraqis, 16, 15 years old, they're just walking around all day with nothing to do, no education. I said the very
thing... And satellite TV, seeing what everybody has here. I would hate us, too, if I only knew what I saw on TV.
That's why, but that's why they're just jealous and angry. And I said, all the stuff John Ashcroft is trying to get rid of, porno, scores, all that stuff, if we put that over there in the Middle East... They'd be so happy. They'd have freedom.
They wouldn't have time to blow themselves up.
Well, they would blow themselves. Would you blow yourself up if you knew you'd go to strip clubs, go to dance clubs, do X, and pick up checks?
You're a neoconservative. That's what the
I'm saying.
You're Paul Wolfowitz.
That's right. Put the marketplace in there, and they will love living.
Well, I think
no wonder they hate living.
No, you're right. I mean, here's the thing. That's why you can't stop rock and roll and MTV. Those are the things that are going to solve things in the Middle East. That's the thing that the Ayatollahs are the most scared of, is freedom and people being able to act on, especially a culture where 50% of the population is less than 21, I think is the statistic.
Yeah. That's right. So Bush is trying to go, well, those things are bad. Meanwhile, he spent the first 40 years of his life completely indulging in that stuff. Driving around drunk.
Never wanted to grow up.
And we're being left with a society where Jay Leno is cutting edge.
I'll tell you this, Howard. I'm truly one of those voters who I don't know who I'm going to vote for.
How could you not know?
I'm paying attention to the issues, but both sides, there are pros and cons to both sides.
Tell me the pros of voting for Bush after what he's done.
What I will say is this: the fact that the government's coming down on you, and it becomes about values and becomes about those types of principles of civil liberties, makes it difficult for me to make a decision based on the issues, because I react.
I'll give you the issues. Let me ask you something. You seem like a bright guy to me every time I've talked to you. Are you for stem cell research?
Yes.
Okay.
Bush is not.
Bush is not. He's turned the clock back. That's number one. That's the first thing. Second thing, do you care about the environment for your children?
Yes, I do, but I will say
Did you read the Times this Sunday in the magazine section?
No.
Did you see the laws that Bush has set reeling back, that Clinton's administration had put governors on what kind of equipment, polluting companies who were putting noxious fumes into the air? I'm talking about poisonous fumes into the air. They said when you build a new factory, you're going to have to build it with certain pollutants not going into the air.
Right.
Bush took away all those laws. Now, how does a guy who says he cares about children allow poisonous fumes into the air?
The problem with that issue, look, I think it's bad for other reasons, because when you back down to Kyoto, then the world community sees you as divisive. Even before this Iraq situation, we weren't really a team player with the world.
Right.
We were alienating people. But there are studies that justify both sides of that argument, and there are special interest groups that are lobbying to Al Gore, to all the people on the left, too. So I don't know that we're getting a clear analysis.
When John Ashcroft says he's going after you're a performer and an artist. Yeah. When John Ashcroft says he's going after soap operas, HBO for obscenity.
I agree with
you.
You're
going to leave him in office? John Ashcroft.
What would have happened if Lieberman got in? Did you see what he?
Lieberman is not going to get in.
But if
Lieberman's
Lieberman
a kook.
if he had got in as the vice president,
right?
All of Hollywood was supporting the guy. Here you got a Jewish candidate for the first time ever. You know, I think that's wonderful.
He was an ass.
We should open up. Then it turns out what his agenda was censorship.
Right.
So that's the left.
But listen.
But he's not in the race anymore.
I know, but I'm saying you don't know what.
Let me ask you something. John Ashcroft, the FBI. The FBI was screaming. Law enforcement people in FBI who worked. Wait a second. You got a president who takes more vacation than any president has ever. Let me ask you. When you work at home, let me ask you something. When you work at home, what do? You get on the phone. You watch TV. You can't do a goddamn thing.
Are you beating around the bush saying that I watch porn? Yes,
no,
I do watch
porn. I'm saying, why do you want a president that can't sit at his desk and do the job?
What, George?
He can't do the job. He's got to go build nature paths. Let me ask you another question.
Do you think? I think. Well, okay.
John Ashcroft.
You really want to have a conversation about this?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you think that John Ashcroft can sit and run this country as the Attorney General and say to the FBI, I want you to take a huge percentage of your people and go after obscene pornography? When we have an FBI that is trying to figure out where Al-Qaeda cells are in this country, would you trust an Attorney General who does that?
Look, I don't know enough about the issues yet, but I know that by the time the election rolls around, I'm just reserving judgment. I want to be one of those people that they care about. Your mind is made up, and it's
Dude, it's November. When are you going to make your mind up?
Before the election. Let's see what happens.
All right, then let me ask you another question.
Wait a minute. This right-wing faction that has control of our government and it's waging this cultural war does not scare you.
Everything scares. Both sides scare me.
Kerry scares you?
Scary times. Yeah, Kerry does scare me.
All right. Who scares you more?
Kerry changes his position on everything based on what the polls are.
So that is not true.
It is.
How do you what? Because you heard that on Fox News? Where do you listen to me?
Yeah,
the guy voted for the war. He did the right thing.
Uh-huh.
The Bush got on the TV and said there are weapons of mass destruction. Let's go.
And
then we found out. And who knew that there weren't any weapons? Did Hans Blix tell him there were no weapons of mass destruction?
You didn't believe Hans Blix then either, and neither did I, and neither did anybody in the world community.
But the point is, they say that Kerry flip-flopped because he didn't vote for the $87 billion appropriation.
Or Iraq Won.
All right, let me ask you another question. Let me ask you another question.
Figure I'm talking.
Let me ask you another question.
Like I'm on Hannity and Combs.
John Ashcroft.
Yes.
John Ashcroft.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is important. We're actually getting thrown off the air
right,
over this.
We're gone.
John Ashcroft.
Yeah.
All right. And he's the Attorney General. He ran for election for a Senate seat. He lost to a dead person. Bush takes him and makes him Attorney General of the United States. What do the people of his state know that we don't know? A guy who announces he doesn't dance and he has to cover up statues.
I don't know enough about it, and these are very important people we're talking about.
Right. Are you afraid?
I don't want to get audited. I don't want to get my taxes audited.
No. Well, you know what? Sure. You're right. I should shut up, too. I'm going to shut up, too.
I honestly think this, and I will say this. I don't know. Both sides make good points. I'm the type of guy.
You haven't made one point.
I'm listening. But I'm a voter, and I care. I don't know enough about it, honestly, Howard.
Well, then why do you not know about it?
I watch Charlie Rose every night. I watch Meet the Press every week. I'm reading the Vanity Fair about the war.
I hear that
John Kerry
to make kids movies now.
Yeah.
You want to make kids movies?
Yeah.
That's all you want to do.
Well, then you're safe.
Oh.
You don't need to. You can vote for Bush because he likes kids movies.
They'll come for me, too.
Why don't you make some good R-rated stuff?
Like what? I did Maid. You didn't even mention it.
No, forget Maid.
Maid is great. I really love that.
Howard?
I don't think I saw it.
He hasn't seen it.
Maid is actually very... I own Maid on DVD. It's very...
I like Elf.
You know what happened?
Elf I didn't like so much, but Maid was good.
You didn't like Elf?
Good, Artie.
Are you still hanging around with that chick? What's her name? The model. Famke Johnson?
Famke, sure. I love Famke.
You never did her, huh?
No.
I think you're lying, bro.
I didn't.
She's in Maid, right? Isn't she?
She's in Maid. We did Love and Sex together.
Why haven't you? Why didn't you make love to her?
I don't know. I'm not, what? It didn't happen. I was with my wife-to-be at the time, or I might have been married at the time.
Did you have a swinging time before you got married?
I had a couple.
Please.
I don't do good at it.
You should hear his story.
Really?
So when I had dinner with you and Famke years ago.
Yes, at Nobu.
She blew me off big time.
What do you me?
I think she must have liked you, and that's why.
Nah,
she sounds like a pain in the ass, that phone.
What, did she ignore you at the table or something?
No.
She was being aloof, yeah. She didn't, like, put her hand on my crotch or anything.
I did a Conan O'Brien episode with her. She didn't even talk to me. I went to her dressing room with a beer. She was all like, who are you? And I was like, I'm on after you. And she was like,
She thinks she's so hot.
Yeah.
But she is.
I'm like, hey, how about throwing this guy a little something over here?
She was good in X-Men.
She was.
Yeah. She did a good job.
And GoldenEye and Love and Sex. You should see that one. She's good in that too.
My luck, I go to dinner with those two. John puts his hand in my crotch.
Yeah. I thought what happens off the air stays off the air.
Yeah. Well, it should. So, I don't know.
You don't know where to go.
I'm sorry we got all political. I hate getting political.
How are you going to avoid it? But you know what? Here's the good news.
We're
you want
fighting
the
for
silver
our
lining?
lives. What?
What's the silver lining?
The silver lining is, if this doesn't work out, you're going to end up on satellite radio. Ha, ha, ha. You're going to be the killer app. You know what that is?
Yep. I know exactly what that is.
You are going to revolutionize an entire industry, and you're going to take the power away from this very body that's trying to legislate against
I couldn't have said it better myself. I will rise from the dead and be stronger than I've ever been.
You are like Count Dracula.
You will pioneer a new technology, and you will make everybody want to get a satellite radio in
In
their
fact,
car.
I can't wait to start, because to tell you the truth, there's no business here for me. I'm not, you know what? I got fired in 6 markets. How am I going to go on in those other markets?
It's so funny.
I'm ready to go. If someone wants to hire me, I'd be happy to do it. But there's no business for me anymore.
Well,
I want to be on.
Somebody going to take you on now?
It's
crazy.
We just signed 2 new markets.
You're kidding.
I swear to God.
I like
Brave
what's happening.
people.
Howard.
Right.
Listen to me. When I started listening to you in the 80s, on the way, I used to drive to Bronx Science listening to you on NBC, and you were this renegade outlaw guy that could get fired at any minute. You were an outlaw outsider.
And I got fired.
And then you became this big king of all media, and everybody was kowtowing, and you were acting like you were this rebel and renegade, but really you were the establishment. Now, once again, here, 20 years later, I feel like when I first started listening to you that you were really the cutting edge, testing the edge of the envelope.
Yes.
Well, let me tell you something.
We became the establishment?
You were. Yes, you were. You were on television. You were on. Of course, you were. You defined the establishment. #1 movie.
Let me tell you
radio
something.
show.
Let me tell you something. All the time that I have to take umbrage with what you've said. All the time you say we were the establishment. We were getting fined by the government. We were being edited. We were being told by the media, I'm talking about the mainstream media, that I was doing something bad.
There were people, whole groups organizing to target this show with letter
religious
writing
groups.
campaigns.
But that's
to
because
our
you were on top. You were #1.
Right.
It always happens.
That's
when you're
right.
on top.
That's right.
That's some establishment.
But I never backed down the entire time I was being attacked, and I never will back down. I do feel that the FCC has, and the Republican Party always stood for the freedom of the marketplace. The marketplace determines what you listen to. If advertisers don't want to advertise, I'm off the air. If people don't want to listen, I'm off the air. Now they're playing dirty tricks. They're going to keep fining everyone millions of dollars until they can't afford to do business with me. So it's time to fight back and say, you know what? I don't know everything about all the issues. I'm not a political genius. Change the administration. They put this FCC in power. I'm not saying the Democrats will be any better, but take out the guy who's doing the bad job.
I think the problem is the population wants the government follows what the people want, and the people seem to want that now.
People, they are all screaming. Janet Jackson started this. There were 10 people compared to the rest of the country that complained about Janet Jackson.
The country wants us. We spend $17 billion a year on pornography. How are you going to tell me what the country wants?
Who are we cleaning up for?
Well,
as much as
we have
you
a
think,
hypocritical. People would vote for having clean airwaves, but they want their porn at home quiet.
Right.
Everybody. This is
well,
not something.
Well. Ashcroft is now saying porn is invading our lives, and I beg to differ. I say we are buying the porn. It's not invading us. We're buying it in droves. So this drivel he keeps shoving down our throat, him and Bush, that we want the people want the clean airwaves and they want all this. What do you want?
To be safe for children.
I just want to clear up a misconception that John has said a couple different times.
What I do, Ben?
The people don't want this. The people have not asked for this issue. There are at least 3 different polls that have said 80% of the people don't care about the issue. Another one said 65% of the people don't care about the issue, and the other one said something like 70% of the people don't care about this issue.
So what is it? Just a witch hunt that's being
it absolutely is
distraction.
As soon as I started endorsing John Kerry and went against Bush, Clear Channel, who's in bed with the Bush administration, that's when, after 10 years of broadcasting for them, they decided I was no longer acceptable.
You're a powerful voice.
I guess so. You know what? They should have just shut up, and I would have gone away.
Wrong to censor somebody because of their political views, John? That doesn't incense you?
I agree with what you're saying.
And by the way,
I'm the one who brought this topic up. I'm not trying to avoid this thing.
As much as The Passion of the Christ is a successful movie, #1 movie, as you point out, let's talk about the other movies. Freddy versus Jason. Let's talk about...
The one that was the very next week was Dawn of the Dead with a bunch of nudity.
Yeah, but you cannot compare $400 million to whatever.
So compare it to the porn industry. $400 million pales compared to $17 billion. Who's spending the money on that?
Plus, you're talking about a completely different audience than usually supports movies. These are people who are told in church, go see this movie several times and take your family.
Now get out of here!
If I could just say one more thing. The scary part is, here's John. He's a really smart guy, really successful director.
This is what's
Swingers
scary.
made, awesome movies.
He didn't direct Swingers.
All right. But he was in Swingers.
Right.
He wasn't in Swingers.
Somebody must
Swingers.
have swung something at him.
And
I saw Swingers.
And he believes that this is an issue that the people want.
Yeah.
Yet the overwhelming evidence is that the people don't want it and the people don't care about it. And
So then
it's
what
a
is it?
classic case of the
So
tail
what is
wagging the dog.
Is it like the sponsors are scared of it, or is it
No.
the companies?
No, it's not the sponsors.
We have tons of sponsors.
Because that's how the witch hunts the original witch hunts were about sponsors being scared to be associated with people who are associated.
No, the sponsors are here in droves.
The sponsors respond to government pressure.
So it's FCC. So right now your problem is that
it's the government.
You cannot use the airwaves.
It's the son
Well, it's
of a
also
very
Clear
successful man named Colin. We got the son of a successful man running the country. We've got the son of a successful man running the FCC who is running his mouth off and saying, I'm for free speech, but some of this stuff goes too far. Well, who says? You? Who are you?
And then when you got him backed up by Jerry Falwell.
I'm out of here.
All right, thank you.
Right.
Hey, we have sponsors. I guess you never heard of Elongate, which makes
penis cream.
Yeah.
All right, Jon Favreau is hosting something called
Why
Dinner.
is he here?
Yeah, he's hosting something called Dinner for
I had that
Five.
bent across the sink in San Francisco.
Friday and Monday nights at 8 on IFC. Jon Favreau will host Dinner for Five Friday and Monday nights
I
at 8.
love that show, by the way.
What is
Great.
it?
I tried to get Howard on there.
They talk movies.
It's great. It's like us at Nobu. We sit around, we eat dinner, we film it at a restaurant, and then I edit it down like a documentary, put it on IFC. It's a really good.
I don't like the idea of people eating while they're supposed to be communicating.
I edit that part out. You do all the time. You're a very social eater.
No, I don't like it.
Anytime I've ever seen you, it's either been eating or going out to a club.
It's true.
A show where you're just eating. That sounds good.
I find the least interesting people, or the people who are thinnest, end up getting the most words in those dinner shows.
That's true.
Yeah, those bores.
No, I heard Robin told me it's good.
It's good. You should see
I
it. If
love
you want,
it.
we'll get you a DVD of the first season's out available now. I'll get it to you.
You can get the first season on DVD.
You
Go
can
to
learn a lot about the way movies are made.
dinnerfor5.com.
Do you talk about more of your pro-fascist views like you did here?
Yeah, it's so funny because I consider myself a moderate, but in this crowd, I guess I got thrown to the dogs
I
here.
mean, my God.
No, you're not so moderate.
I am moderate. What part of my view is not moderate?
I'm not impressed with you.
That's okay.
Well, my problem is...
I love you as a director and actor and writer, but not as a political
I'm
guy.
still mad you didn't come to my prom. You know you're supposed to come to my prom in 1984.
What are you talking about?
Back in 1984, a girl from my year, Bronx Science, won you as her prom date.
Right.
Actually, at Windows on the World, it was supposed to be. It was, and you didn't show up.
Really?
Yeah.
You stood somebody out?
No.
Yes.
No. If I didn't show up, that meant the school wouldn't let me in the door.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Now who's the sellout?
It's not a sellout.
Sure it is.
What, I went to the school. They locked the doors and threw me out.
Did they?
How's that being a sellout?
Because a girl was crying on the air, wanting to go to the prom with you, and she won it.
It's up to the school. I can't defy the school.
Okay.
We're not lawbreakers. We never have been.
I mean, if somebody's not going to let me in the school, I always check with the principal.
It broke my little heart, and then I. Now look at me. See, now here.
So now you're voting against us. Is
No,
that
that's
the
not true. Look at me.
payback?
I have you to thank.
Wow.
They say you're a bad influence, but if it weren't for you, who knows? Maybe I wouldn't be a director.
Well, you know where you had your prom? Windows on the World?
Yeah.
It's not there anymore.
Right.
You know why? Because nobody listened to the FBI. Because we had a bunch of slackers in office. And no one's going to convince me any differently. Your prom no longer exists, and the 3,000 people who died there.
All right, way to keep it light.
Was she hot, your date?
I didn't have a date.
Yeah, there you go. Neither did I.
But so you think that
You went to the prom with a bunch of guys?
It's sad, sad but true. And now here I am married.
How's the wife and
Figured
baby?
out. Great, I have 2 babies.
Two
now.
babies.
Yeah.
You're a good
Great.
guy. I like you, man. You know I love
Do
you.
you like me or are you giving me a hard time?
No, but that's talking.
Hey, Howard?
Yeah.
John also in high school, because we were looking over the notes, was a big Dungeons & Dragons fan.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Were you Dungeon Master?
You want to play? Sometimes.
You were Dungeon Master?
You want to get a game going?
I don't know how to play it.
You were too busy sucking on a beer bong.
I was playing baseball.
John, explain to me Dungeons and Dragons, because I don't understand. I was a super geek, but you were that's geek to the 10th power.
In high school, unfortunately, I was doing it. It wasn't even like in junior high or like in E.T. they were playing it when they were like 8 years old.
How many guys were in your game?
It varied. It varied.
Were you Dungeon Master?
Occasionally, but.
And
not
what does
usually.
Dungeon Master do? Is he create the story?
I'd rather hear Hardy explain it because it'll sound so much more pathetic.
I never played Dungeons and Dragons ever.
I like his new name, Hardy.
Hardy.
Hardy. That's how I'm known in Hollywood.
So wait a second.
You roll up characters with using dice, and then those characters, you play those characters.
And how long does this go on? Because
It's basically like making a movie, except women don't want to sleep with you for doing it.
Yeah, you get stuffed in a locker for playing
Yeah,
Dungeons.
that's right. And I do the same thing now.
All right, let me understand something.
But
did
no,
you,
it's
did you
hipper
wear
now.
did you wear costumes?
No, I never went that far with it.
Like an elf costume?
Like a wizard hat?
Yeah. And you would, and everyone
See, you
would
wear an elf costume now, you make $175 million.
everybody would come over your house, and
we
they'd
play in a cafeteria. It's cool.
and you have your dice.
Yes.
And you throw the dice.
Yes.
And someone would say, "You're like, what would some of your characters be?"
I don't remember. Anything.
I remember
Any
what
Lord of the Rings type sounds.
One character was Gay Wad.
Yeah, Gay Wad. Gay Wad.
And Johnny Wad.
Manhole.
Yeah. No, seriously, what are some of the characters?
I don't know.
You know.
I really don't remember.
You do know.
No, because what happens is your characters die.
You're lying right now.
I'm not lying.
Name one of your
I have
characters.
not lied all day. And
Name
I suffered
one of
the
your
consequences.
characters. Name one of your characters.
I respect you too much.
Who is your favorite?
I played.
to be?
I'll tell you. There's
Sir
different.
Homo Lot. So wait a second. You'd roll your dice.
Yes.
And then the characters would be assigned.
How could we be discussing this with this right-wing conspiracy going on?
No. I don't care about it anymore.
This takes precedence.
You roll your dice.
I roll dice. You
and
roll
then,
3 dice, and if you had like an 18, was good. If you had like an 18 strength, then you'd be a barbarian or a fighter or something.
So you're strong.
Or you'd have 18 intelligence, and then you want to be a wizard.
All right. So now, once the character is determined, your intelligence is determined.
Yes, all those things.
How does someone advance in the game?
Story,
Then there's a dungeon master who's like the director of the movie. But it's not a movie. It's a It's a game.
It's a bunch of butt pirates.
Yeah,
We're gonna get
a bunch of pillow biters.
All right.
We're a bunch of pillow biters.
Right.
Is that Fred laughing?
Yes,
That's
first
all-
time today.
That's all of us.
It's all of you.
Hey, now, did you ever finish a game before you all got beat up in the cafeteria? Hey, come here, wizard.
Hey, by the way, I just want to officially say I'm glad I didn't go to your prom.
How did you not get a date if you were the wizard?
Exactly. You hit the nail on the head.
Did you tell the bitches in your school you were the wizard?
They weren't bitches then.
Right.
That's also part of the problem.
When I get out of this locker, I'm going to write swingers.
Now let me ask
But
you.
I use those self-same skills to
you
create
did?
movies.
Sure.
Of course.
I had you dressed as Santa.
Would you get a call from the dungeon master, let's say?
Yes.
He'd say, like, how would it work? Did you have to be
how
I got
together?
a call.
turns
What is it?
doing
What am
this?
I, a doctor?
Did you have to be together?
Yeah, you had to be together. You're sitting around a table with everybody making fun of you because most of us were overweight and not well groomed.
Right.
Because we were
No,
living in a
be
fantasy.
honest. Be honest.
We were
but tell me the
living in a
game.
fantasy
I want to
world.
play this game with Robin and Artie. And
Oh,
Dave.
you
We're
are?
going to play
Oh.
after you leave.
I thought you were messing with me.
No.
But if you're really sincerely
being
asking, I'll go
sincere.
into it.
I roll the dice.
Okay.
I have my characters. So the dungeon master says, "Deep in the dark of the village."
Well, that would be good if you did it like that. They would go like, he'd have a map in front of him,
Yeah.
and he said, "Give me a little mood." Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
He'd say, "Okay, we go. You see a cave, let's say, or you see like a cave." So,
Hey, Favreau, you fag!
yeah, this is like school. This is like school. You see a cave. The dungeon master say you see a cave, and the guy who plays the elf thief says, "I'm going to walk up to the cave. What do I see?" And he rolls some dice. He says, "Okay, you don't see anything. You enter the cave. Who's standing first? Who's second?" We put the dwarf with the axe up front.
Give me your lunch money, fruit!
Then you also have these little figures that look like your characters that you put out on the table in the middle of the lunchroom so everybody knows where you're standing. Right? You get me?
This is crazy.
I'm shocked.
It's wonderful.
So let's say, so I come up to the cave.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going with you on this.
I'm there.
And I'm about to enter the cave. I roll the dice, and it says I encounter an elf.
Or you encounter, but probably something bad,
right,
like a orc.
All right, let's say you're an orc, and I'm not.
No, we're on the same team.
Okay, so we encounter that. How do we defeat him with the dice?
You roll dice, and you swing your weapon, and then the dungeon master looks at his charts and sees whether you kill him or not.
Okay, if I don't kill him, that means I'm killed.
It could be, yeah. And then you roll up another character.
And then I'm out of the game.
Then you roll up another character, and he joins the party. It's like a video game, except without the computer.
But wait a minute. Does he have to sit there and watch the other geeks play the rest of the game?
No, he'll roll up another character.
He's rolling up another character.
You become somebody else.
Yes. Okay?
Come here. You're insane. I'm going to spank you.
Thank God.
How do you win this stupid game?
You don't win it.
The winner gets to give oral to the high school quarterback.
Now you're judging. Now I know you're laughing at me and not with me.
I'm sorry.
Now I know you're not laughing with me.
I can kiss Elf too. Goodbye.
All right, listen. I want to thank Jon Favreau. Jon Favreau. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm so glad I could come on and the only guest you could get. You're on 4 channels. Here I am, and you're beating me up.
The only guy who comes on and says he's supporting us.
Yeah.
Right.
Did you see Letterman, by the way? Did you hear what he said last night?
Oh, yeah, with Les Moonves?
Yes.
Yes, it was great.
And Les defended you as well.
Should I play that right now?
You should.
Yes, I
real quick.
I was very
impressed. And then I got to take a break. Wait a second.
Wait, good stuff.
I want to thank Letterman for that.
And I guess you're going to have to thank Les Moonves.
No,
Les did get your back. He did.
Kind of,
half-assed. He got your back as much as he can, working for a big corporation.
Les works for this corporation.
We
He's
all
not
have the same company.
I say Les is not a team player. Les is going to be under the same gun I'm under. He just doesn't know it yet. But here we go.
Let's go on to our friend Howard Stern. Now, what do you think of that situation?
Well, Howard is trying to do his best on the radio.
No, Les, please. Don't.
Dave, don't involve me with this, please. This is radio. I'm only involved with CBS television, so, I only have to defend you. I don't have to defend Howard Stern.
Yeah, you know what? Let's shut up.
Doesn't he work for Viacom?
Well, he works for the big corporation,
right.
Yes. He does.
But don't you think he's being victimized here? Don't you think that he's the object of a witch hunt?
I think Howard Stern does a terrific job. I think some of the treatment he has received has been unfair.
And that's as far as you'll go?
That is as far as I'm going to go. But for you, I will go to the death to defend you.
All right.
Les is such a fake. First of all, he should have said, I believe as a programmer, this is not about Howard Stern. This is about our right to provide programming to people, the programming they want, and that it's an outrage what's going on. And I want to thank Letterman for pressing him on it, and I want to thank Letterman for bringing up my name and bringing up this issue. If Letterman every night brings this up and ridicules this government, they will lose the election, and they will take notice, and they will fold. If every artist stood up, anyone of any prominence stood up and toppled them the way that Edward R. Murrow toppled McCarthy, this would all be over in a flash. They're the biggest. Remember, Bush is the biggest coward of all. He hid behind his father's fame and got out of the draft, and then supported the Vietnam War, even though he wasn't fighting it.
Oh, yeah, it's easy from an armchair.
He's the biggest coward. So if Letterman, Oprah, Ellen DeGeneres, Jay Leno,
Jon Favreau, who I made fun of all day.
Not Jon Favreau, Jon Stewart. No.
Jay Leno has no problem stealing half my material.
Yeah, well, Jay's not going to do it.
But now that he sees Dave's bringing it up, now he'll bring it up. Because that's typical Jay.
And I do think Les Moonves said as much as he could for a person in his position.
Wrong.
For a person in his position.
What position is he in?
He's not a DJ. He's not a talk show host.
The position he should be is bent over a desk.
He runs CBS that started all this mess with this Janet Jackson Super Bowl
So you think
show.
he's the one starting this? I think he's reacting to... Okay.
John, you as a dungeon master have to realize...
Brave man, and I'm going to tell you why. I want to compliment you. Yeah. When you were in that dungeon and you were facing that elf,